Hey you guys, I'm doing a little bit of a follow-up video to that video I put online yesterday and today. What I wanted to do follow-up wise here, uh, I wanted to say this. You see these people and you see what they're capable of doing, and a lot of times people have the idea that just like with the ISIS and beheading these journalists and stuff, and you write them off as being in another country and some other type of human being, I guess you might say. But here's what I need to get across to you guys. They're all human beings, okay? In Red China, you saw what was going on there, North Korea, and I bet money that all of you guys either know or work or have met all of these different people in some form or another. And those people aren't people that cut people's heads off. They're not people that willingly murder people. But yet when you look at this, you see how many people go along with it? How many people do what they say they don't want to do? That's human beings, man. I learned that since I was a kid. I've started in an orphanage. I've met some real winners in my time. Okay? But what I'm trying to tell you is everybody is capable of being like those things that you saw in those films, or like the police. There's good police and then there's bad police, and when you see them do what they do, they're human beings. And then coming back to I seen a deal the other day where a girl coming out, just graduated from some university back east, and she's all for socialism and communism, and that's where her studies were, and she says she's all for it and it's going to work this time. It's never going to work. And you guys have heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again. It's never going to work unless Jesus Christ is running it. And the reason why is you saw it in those videos, or the police, the way the police act. They do these things because certain types of individuals do this because they can get away with it, because they want to get away with it, because they want to do harm. They want to own you. They do all these things. And there's people like that in every race, So some of you out there, they're trying to point the finger at the white people all the way through, like popular thing right now seems to be the blacks are blaming white people for everything. I got news for you, man. I'm not white, okay? But I watch this stuff, and I'm what I call a realist. I say the way I think things are, not the way you want them to be, or whatever. But a lot of white people killed their own families over the racial issue, over slavery. A lot of white people. Did you hear me? And you're letting your children go out there and they're running around. They're not beating on somebody that hates them. They're beating on people that can't protect themselves. And they happen to be, I think white's overused. They're non-black. Okay? And there's not an excuse in the world for that stuff. But like I said, human beings are capable of lots of things. And nobody's left out of that picture, okay? And then something from within has to change you to make you act different than that. And if it doesn't, you'll probably become like them. You'll sell out like our government has sold out to the New World Order. They've sold their souls, man. And what I'm trying to get across to you today is this. Some of you out there haven't even gotten involved, and it's almost over. It is almost over. And you really better think about it, and you better stand up.
If you see something, say something. Report suspicious activity to local authorities.
If you're not breaking the law, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't worry what the government is doing.
Terrorism, 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 Al-Qaeda, Mohammed, terrorism, war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan, Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden.
It's not like my government would ever do it to me. But guess what? You're wrong.
Protest is now illegal in the U.S. Move along, citizen.
But what I'm trying to get across to you is, don't say they wouldn't do that. This government, not just this one we have now, if you start reading some history, this government's been involved in all kinds of crap in inhumanity. I'm not talking about our country, I'm talking about people. And you think they're not capable of this? This is a cakewalk for them. And what you see these other countries do, these people are just as capable of doing that, and they're going to do it as soon as they're capable of doing it, as soon as it's allowed, as soon as they take away the guns, as soon as they take martial law and try to bring in police control. Now, a lot of you cops out there, you think you joined it, man. And you think you're gonna go out here and with all of your little war toys they gave you and everything, and you're gonna kick some butt. Well, you're gonna kick a little butt, but you're gonna get your ass handed to you. Ask any expert in the world. So you better think that over twice, and you better make sure you're on the right side of the Constitution. That's all I can tell you, because you're not meant to win to begin with. So, and if you were doing
America, the greatest losses to our freedom have come not from someone attacking us, but from the government ignoring the Constitution and the majority letting them get away with it.
some research, you'd know that. Okay, but anyway, I have to get it across to you guys. All human beings are capable of doing horrible things.
Police have opened fire on the crowd.
We're all in serious danger.
Millions of dollars spent on new police gear, trucks ready to function as rolling barricades.
What you have here is, this is the wars coming home.
If anybody doesn't believe this government is capable of doing these kinds of things, you're out of your mind.
Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again.
Well, you know, America's a strange country. All you need to keep them pacified is give them a dozen donuts and a gun. They don't seem to have the capacity, the intellectual capacity, to think of their own self-interest in any other way than the next 5 minutes.
It's time to wake up.
Wake up, America!
The pictures videos I put up here, I didn't put them on there to be gross. I just wanted to get you guys to understand that those are human beings just like us. And everywhere that tyranny goes in history, it always goes the same way, down the same path. We're in that path. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. Don't think it can't happen here. It's going to happen here if we don't stop it. It's happening right now. That's why I've got this first clip right before I came on, is police in this country out of control. But they're being directed, okay? That's why they're acting like they are acting. And it's going to get worse. This is just the beginning. And on the end of this, there's some more. But you need to pay attention. You need to wake up, get out of your chairs, and do this. I know that, you know, a lot of you are concerned about your jobs and everything. If this thing goes down, you won't have a job. You'll be a slave or dead. Read Agenda 21. Most of us will be dead. Okay? And so your priority has got to be to stop this, all of you. I hope, while I'm at it, I hope that the blacks, they're watching this. I hope you noticed there weren't any blacks that were attacked in any of those videos. Okay, this is a problem for everybody. It's not a black and white issue. It's not a racial issue. It's our country's in deep trouble. Okay? And we can stop it without it turning bloody, but it takes everybody standing up. Right now there's a Marine standing out in front of the White House. He's been there for 5 days now, and he's not leaving. But he's going online and he's begging people to show up. He needs bodies, not your prayers. Prayers help too, but he needs physical bodies. And the only way I can relate this to you is you remember Syria. 3 million people stood up, and that regime packed their stuff and walked out of not the White House, but whatever they call it there. Okay? Because they knew they were toast if they didn't. Okay? That's all it takes. It takes you guys standing up. And you need this man's name's Manny Vega. Go on Facebook, go on his timeline, and you'll get all the information you need. But you need to support this. This is our lives, you guys. And I don't know any other way to put it, but all of you guys, policemen, governors, whoever you are, you need to stop this now, or we won't be able to stop it. This thing in Ferguson, who knows where it'll go, but this regime is looking for martial law. They're looking for an excuse to bring it in, and then all hell's going to break loose. Okay? I need you guys to really understand that. These people do not care about you, whoever you are. They don't give a damn about one of us. Okay? Look at those pictures again. Those pictures are us in a very short period of time if we don't stop this thing. Watch the rest of this clip because it's very important. And then go to Manny Vega. Go to his site and do what you guys can. Do something. Don't continue to sit there and do nothing, or we're going to lose everything.
Wake up, America.
First, they came for the writers. But I didn't speak up because I was not a writer. Then they came for the students. But I didn't speak up because I was not a student. And then they came for the Greens, the Muslims, the trade unionists, Christians, and the Jews, the travelers, the homosexuals, the journalists, the artists, the thuggers, the doctors, the philosophers, the economists, the anarchists and the politicians, the nerds, the Europeans, the Americans, the communists, the hackers, illegals, the homeless. And I didn't speak up because I wasn't any of them. Any of them. And then they came for me. And there was no one left to speak up for me.
The proles, if only they could somehow become conscious of their own strength, would have no need to conspire. They needed only to rise up and shake themselves like a horse shaking off flies. If they chose, they could blow the party to pieces tomorrow morning. Surely sooner or later it must occur to them to do it. Until they become conscious, they will never rebel, and until after they have rebelled, they cannot become conscious.
We're witnessing a slow and steady takeover of our true freedoms. And now we see the government taking over banks. We see the government taking over car companies, insurance. We're being told what cars we can drive, how much we can make, and now they want to take control of our health care.
Where is the outrage to come from? From you.
It turns out you're the knight in shining armor.
First, you got to get mad.